Bana almales, bana, bana bo, bana almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Ese katutura is, katutura west. Ali mensen van die kassie is bij elkaar. Katutura is, katutura west. Ali mensen van die kassie is almales, bana, bana bo, bana almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Almales, bana, bana bo. Almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Almales, bana, bana bo, bana, bana. Almales, bana, bana bo.
Chester, right there on the morning mix. Morning. Welcome to Informanté Live once again. Mitch.
What a nevel.
Away,
Yeah.
is jy nou Dark Vader or what is this?
Dat is hoe ik nog praat.
Is hoe jy praat. Ja, nee, I think we are all about to get into that way of speaking for the next 2-3 months.
Nee,
Because ja, ek voel net so op die oomblik.
ach jene. En ik is moest bezig met mijn voice training, man. Van ik oefen mijn accenten nou.
Okay.
Zo, ach, dat trio op die stem.
Ja, nee.
Och, dat kan.
Yeah. Good morning to all our loyal fans out there. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Hileni, Matutenje, Norma, Matisa.
Normaal koers.
En
En ze willen toch koffie zien. Zo niet ons al die nieuws doen weer vandaag.
Ja, ons doen die niet. Ja.
Kavisie nie.
En maak wat julle wil.
Ja.
Besluit wat wil julle hê.
Ons worry nie.
Ons worry nie, ons stel nie belang nie. Ja. Ethel Koningsdogter, môre.
Je kent toch, als je een Amara accent Ethel zijn, is Ethelski.
Ethelske.
Ja, E-files.
E-files.
Ja, Ethelski.
Heerlijkheid. FL klinkt soos
Ja,
'n
it's like the T and the H gaan change naar de F bij ons.
Oh, Ethel.
Effelski. Effelski English, ja. You said it. Effels.
Yeah. Ethel, and I think as we're going to be doing the news, etc., yeah, we talking about word gou gesond. Ek dink ons gaan 'n bietjie praat ook daaroor because I think we are today I feel like doing COVID numbers. Ja, vandag.
Jy sê jy wil self uitvind hoe dit voel soos die kinders sê. Laat ek my kop self stamp en
My
sien.
kop self stamp, laat ek sien. Because it just feels like we are slowly moving into dangerous territory again. Why? I just have this feeling. Dis oor kom vir Lenny. Woo, today is today is weer net julle twee. Ja. Het jy 'n probleem daarmee? Het jy 'n probleem daarmee, Helene? Ja.
Nee, wel ek ken hoekom mense so praat. Like we are good people.
Yeah, we are good people. And we read the news.
Yeah,
I mean, especially you.
I read the news so well.
Very well.
I don't understand why our people don't appreciate what they have. Work with what you have.
Hello.
Werk met wat jy het.
Hello.
Yes, Neville, ek is so hartseer oor dit.
Richard Enkelt sê, Neville, het jy gehoor, die Mitch dra 2 dae 1 paar sokkies. Ha? Die man het glo net 3 paar vir die week. Ai, elot sê.
Okay, who reads the news better? There's a news bulletin here prepared by you guys that says the Ministry of Social Security. The Ministry of Social Security.
Ministry of Social Security. So, Social Security het 'n ministry.
Is Kaufman. Is Kaufman. Dis Kaufman. Is Kaufman. Ek weet dis Kaufman daai.
So, and that news was read yesterday.
It was read.
Mukuru wanjes. Shines, kom ek kyk bietjie. Dit sê ek praat nie met jou nie. Ek praat met my bra wat Shines is.
Okay, hold your name. The amendment to the regulations which were gazetted on 20th of March.
I'm
2022
Mukuru
by
wanje.
the Ministry of Social Security, Industrial Relations and Employment Relations. Yes, Mitch. Yes, Mitch.
Hello. You see, you conveniently cut me off there.
Ja,
Because
Ons
the
wil nie jy moet gehoor jy sê.
Nee.
Kat hom weer op Neville.
That is definitely Mitch because my news bulletins have got a very specific format.
Ja,
It's a professional news
Wait a minute.
Go.
and weather bulletin. I did
That
not
news was read on Friday, I think.
It was on Friday.
Sasa.
It's a mamire.
Satsa.
Neville draai jy teen.
Satsa. Nee,
Okay. Kom ons praat
Luister,
met
in
mense
Namibia, het jy Lani vriende nodig. Ek sal jou onder die bus gooi.
Yes. Nee, man.
Ministry of Social Security.
The
Tiets.
Ministry of Social Security.
Is dit my nuus? Is dit ek wat hy nuus gemaak het?
Koffie. Welcome.
Thank you, Neville. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you to all our viewers. It's nice to have you with us.
Neville.
Guys, it's so nice to be back in studio today.
Ja,
Yes,
bra.
I'd
Julle
just
verlang
like,
gister.
on behalf of Neville, I'd just like to tell everybody that Neville was really ill. He's actually not still there where he's supposed to be, but he said to us because of his respect towards all our viewers out there, he is sitting here. Looks like Rocky Balboa met sy hoed op. En al wat jy nou moet doen is daar by die museum nog die trappe op hardloop en do
Bra,
this
let's
Rocky
shoot that.
Rocky
Kom ons
3.
shoot so 'n video vandag. That'll be nice.
That would be cool.
Ja, maar-
And we'll play you Eye of the Tiger.
It's good that you're back.
Yeah. No, guys, I tried to log in yesterday while I was in bed. And then I saw Roviera making an incendiary comment about Arsenal. And apparently the reason I was sick yesterday because Arsenal got clobbered on Monday night by Crystal Palace.
Yep.
mind you, Crystal Palace is also the first team this season that beat Manchester City at their home ground. So yeah, so I don't feel too bad that I lost against City. The problem is just that we're losing points here.
Neville is like those guys that get beaten up and says, "Yeah, ma, that would work for you, Geslan. It worked for you, Geslan."
That's exactly what I'm busy doing.
Newcastle also lost over the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a hard blow for Coffee.
Yeah. Very good Champions League matches that happened last night. Manchester City beating Atletico Madrid 1-0 with a goal scored by meneer De Bruyne. Or De Bruyne, soos wat hulle sê. So Man City well on their way. I prefer that Man City wins the Champions League this year, but Liverpool win the league. Okay? I know there are not a lot of Manchester United supporters who will agree with me, but realistically, there's only a 2-horse race at the moment in the Premier League, and that is between Liverpool and Manchester City. City won the league last season. I think die Duitser wat Klopp is, he will be leaving Liverpool this year. So, and I'm a big Klopp fan. Is die Duitser het gekom, and he came and he really shook up things at Anfield.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and I would love for him to win one final league, en dan kan hy maar cheap. Nee, ek het nou, Teshon, jy het nou net ingekom. You just came in on time, but I candidly and openly spoke about the results on Monday night because Crystal Palace is a very good team. They made sure that they clobber us properly. Colin, Malume, alles is na in die studio. Maar ek sê jou net, Malume, net Jay, jou moego. Jy moet ons uitlos, okay? Leave us middle-aged men alone.
Yes.
I saw his video yesterday on social media.
Yeah.
Is hy weer besig met
Hey, he's bezig met ek en Koffie.
Yes.
He made a video about us older guys who frequent pharmacies to go pick up certain medications.
Just name
Yes.
the medication asseblief.
Ek weet nie wat se poeier is daai wat jy sê wat die manne gaan optel by die apteke, want hulle wil nog rondstaan met die jong bokkies.
Yeah.
Die man gee ons 'n hele game weg hierso.
Ja.
Was die man at die pres gewees gister, Colin? Ja, Koffie? Let's hear what you have for us in the news this morning.
Informanté News. Informanté News. Firm but fair.
This is Informanté Live, and these are our top stories. The Namibia Transport and Taxi Union has demanded a 40% taxi fare increase as fuel price increases come to effect as of today, the 6th of April 2022. The demand would result in taxi fare prices edging up to around 19 Namibia dollars from the current 13 Namibia dollars. In a letter penned to Minister of Transport John Motorwa, NTTU President Werner Janiari complained that the current fuel increase will far exceed the price of taxi fares per occupant. Janiari shared that failure to heed the industry calls for fare increments will result in public demonstrations. He noted that the taxi fare increment demand is done under Section 12(3) of Road Transportation Act 1977, number 74 of 1997, which he stated is currently being challenged in the High Court of Namibia, together with the unconstitutional high traffic fines. Prime Minister Sarah Kukungelwa-Amadila has warned that the current geopolitical tensions in Eastern Europe, which have had a ripple effect on commodity prices, may lead to severe supply shortages, threatening the existence of certain businesses in the country. Kukungelwa-Amadila made these remarks on Monday at State House. She said rising fuel prices, which have also led to sharp increases in basic food commodities such as sugar, wheat and flour, may lead to shortages of these items in the country. She stated that Cabinet has tasked the Standing Committee on Finance, Revenue and Economic Affairs to look into possible solutions to the matter. Not only a rise in prices is expected, but possible shortages. This could lead to business closures that use the products as key ingredients in their production processes. This could result in a collapse of industries as well as exacerbated current unemployment and poverty levels, Kukungilva Amadila said. She said due to this issue, public revenue has also seen significant decrease and that the Standing Committee on Economic Affairs is expected to table the report this month. Namibians will be expected to fork out more as petrol prices will have to increase by $1.95 per litre and that of diesel by $2.95 per litre as of today. And finally, the community of Okambebe A village in the Okwanyama has called for the removal of village headman Philemon Gipangwa after drought relief food was found expired in his private storage facility. 12 bags of 12.5 kilogram maize meal and 5 750 ml bottles of cooking oil were in storage since 2019 and expired in 2020. In another shocking discovery, community members also found drought relief food thrown into dams. At a recent protest, disgruntled community members carried posters that read, "Please go, Gipangwa, please go. Please remove him from the leadership. He is dishonest to the public and community of Okambebe." The expired items were intended for those in dire need of food in the village, but items were also thrown in various earth dams, they stated in a petition. There are many children taking care of themselves and many households need food aid, but no assistance is given to them by the headman, read the petition. They said they are suffering in the village and urgent dismissal of the village headman is required. They also asked for the district head to lead the village. Ongenga constituency councillor Matthew Shikongo said that when asked, the headman pleaded ignorance. Your Trustco share price today, the 6th of April, is at $1.18 per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 14 Namibia dollars and 70 cents, against the euro at 16 Namibia dollars, and against the British pound at 19 Namibia dollars and 20 cents. This is Informanté Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informanté News. Informanté News. Informanté News. Firm but fair.
This week is the last Easter competition, and it is the big one. You can stand a chance to win a business design workshop and up to 3 rounds of identity stylescapes worth 10,000 Namibia dollars. All you have to do is go to the comment section of the competition on our Informanté Live Facebook page and type in hashtag the AK Design CO. The competition winners will be announced on social media, and the competition ends on Monday, the 11th of April 2022.
Luister eens op Duitser.
Ja,
Sê net as jy nie kan lees nie.
ek kan lees
Ja,
dit.
nee, ek sê. Ja.
Stop it with your unscrupulous criticism.
As jy nie 'n ding kan lees nie, gee vir Mitch.
Gee vir my.
Laat Mitch die goed lees.
Maria Ileka is
Asseblief.
watching as well. She's going to come back and hit you both over the head.
Weet Mary, ek lees
Laat
easy.
Maria gaan, man. Ja, Mitch, wys hulle. Gee vir Mitch, laat hy net hy laaste.
Nee, ek wil net die Harry Potter boek lees. Ek wil 'n
Wat
goed
was
van
die Harry Potter boek?
lees. Daai is no Engels.
Dis Engels.
Hierdie nonsens
Kom
wat
ons gee
Calvin
vir hom
skryf.
die just read that middle section for
Thank
us.
you.
Go for it.
Lees.
Which one?
There. From Prime Minister.
And you
Yes,
people out
yes.
there, ne, after this news bulletin, you will respect Mitch.
Go for it.
Yeah. Prime Minister Sarah Gugungwela Madila. Really? You want me? Really, Calvin?
Nee, lees,
Okay,
lees.
now.
Lees.
Okay, Prime Minister Sarah
We will
Gugungwela
give you- we'll- wait,
Amadila
wait.
has won.
we'll give you a score out of 10.
Okay.
Nee, Kalfie sal gee, ek sal gee.
All the viewers. It's on
All
look
the
here.
viewers, give your scores.
Ek moet net die naam reg kry.
Ja, nee, jy sal hom reg kry.
Net soos Kalfie.
Vat net kalm. Lees net reg.
Soos Kalfie, né?
Ja. Nee, jy hoef nie soos Kalfie nie. Jy kan sentraal grootwinkels ook lees.
Prime Minister Sarah Kukangwela Amadila has warned that the current geopolitical tensions in the Eastern Europe, which have had a ripple effect on the commodity prices, may lead to severe supply shortages, threatening the existence of certain businesses in our country. That's must coffee, Mark.
No, you must carry on. The
No,
story,
you said I must just read that.
the story isn't finished.
Oh. Kukangwela Amadila made these remarks Monday at the State House. She said raising fuel prices, which have also led to the sharp increase in basic food commodities such as sugar, wheat, and flour, may lead to the shortages of these items in the country. She stated that the cabinet has tasked the Standing Committee on Finance, Revenue, and Economic Affairs to look into the possible solutions to the matter. We go?
Is jy klaar?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give
ek
you a
soos-
score.
Ja, dit soos koffie geklink.
I give you 3 out of 10.
Oh my god, mans.
That's my score. Honestly.
My score is 2 out of 10.
Oh, ek sê ek het dan
And you could be lucky to get 2 because I was standing on 1.5. What the hell is committee?
commodities mos.
Committees.
Ja,
Ek
commodities.
daar was
It's-
'n point wat jy gesê het cabinet. I thought it was sounded like ou cabinet go gaan was.
Yeah. This, like, yeah. And then
Ja, man.
committee,
Hey,
it's
Ethel.
it's either commodities or committee, but you don't get committee.
Mati?
Mati?
If you get married, then you committee to your partner, but not in the news.
Luister,
Maria-
ons trek die oor.
What is it?
Maria say Mitch is very nervous reading. Reminds me of that kid that sits at the back of the class during English lessons.
Afrikaans, sê Afrikaans.
Afrikaans
Ja.
lessons. No, but this is English also.
Do you know raisins?
Raisins?
Raisins, as you get it at fruit and veg, you buy raisins.
Yeah.
But you don't get raisin fuel prices. It's right. It's
No, I said rice. Oh,
you said it's rising,
Ek ken nie.
rising, raising.
Penda
Kom ek doen die nie sê ek net elke dag, dis sien ons.
Okay.
Penda was very generous. Penda gave you 5 out of 10.
Wow.
That is
Really?
that's very generous.
You paid Penda under the table for this.
Okay, let's
Dion Simshizo say, guys, news is not a joke. Mitch failed on that one. 1 out of 10 for news. 4 out of 10 for comedy.
Here.
maar
Let's just do this. Kom ons bet net wie kan die beste nuus lees. Kom ons
los
bet.
maar net hy.
Kom ons bet.
Ons
Los
weet mos.
net
Ons weet.
hy.
Kom ons bet.
We know who's the best newsreader.
Nee, Koffie, kom ons bet. 100,
Ons
100,
kan
kom ons
nie-
bet.
I cannot read the news better than Kalfie.
Alwyn,
ons maak
Alwyn
so.
is giving you 1 out of 10.
Ons maak so, Neville. Ons skryf nie in herrotaal, jy lees dit in herrotaal. Ons skryf dit in Duits, jy lees dit. Ek lees myne in Tamarataal.
Nee.
Ja. Ons gebruik ons taal om.
Rivaldo gee hom minus 2 out of 10.
Hey, luister.
There
ons doen die nuus nou.
there are certain kyk soos ek soos wat ek hierso sit. Guys, I think Tertia asked me for my signed off budget the other day.
Right.
Now, when it comes to admin skills, I'm not very savvy when it comes to admin. And my fellow transgressionist is also on the stream, Maria Ileka. We are useless when it comes to reports and admin. So that's not my forte. I am, you know what, if somebody asks me, and this, we all need to understand our strengths and our weaknesses. I will never be able to be a strong,
All-rounder.
yeah, and down to the T administrator. I'm very weak in admin. I must have somebody very strong next to me that keeps on reminding me, Neville, your monthly report, Neville, that
So
specific,
planning also, ne?
those
Time management.
those figures. I'm a typical right brain person. creative. My left lobe of my brain, honestly, is very weak. That sit down, being analytical about stuff, which is you.
A little bit. I'm both, I guess. A little bit.
You're very good all rounder. I can. Yeah, my creativity is good enough, but analytical, sitting still and figure out kak. That's not me. Ek kan nie lang stil
But
sit nie.
look, I just have one problem with being a robot. That's just me. I don't like being boxed in.
And that's the thing.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about news. News, you have to kind of like boom, 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 boom. You know that I had a segment on NBC, and I was a presenter, but NBC had this certain way they wanted me to do things. They wanted me to read one sentence, stop, and then they go with another line, and then I have to have a certain push. And ek moet net daar staan en chicken ek is like vat in the kid man's like ek is I only I don't want to be boxed into a certain standard of like the moet net so wees.
And my strength is people.
Yes.
God gave me such a level of being able to resonate with people. It doesn't matter what conflict there is, what deal we need to go and try and secure.
That's what's up.
Kalfi can be 10 times more intelligent than me. But if we walk into a building,
That's what's up.
my energy, my way
Level
of
just goes from here
projecting,
to
yeah. So that's my strength.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I'm saying everybody got their strength from the Heavenly Father. Mitch, you're a people's person.
Yo,
That's who
like,
you are.
That's what I'm saying.
So moenie is worry as jy nie nuus kan lees nie.
I-
Don't
That's
even
alright.
try to perfect
That's
it.
okay.
No way will I be. I wouldn't even be a news
Just-
presenter.
Nee,
Just-
nee, hulle sê jou nie is die werk gee nie.
Nee, soet dit nie.
Make jokes about the news, like
Yeah, we can do
like these taxi fares that are now going up from 13 Namibia dollars to 19 Namibia dollars.
Like
Here we
what?
have it from the Namibia Transport
Yeah.
and Taxi Union. Here's the
NAFTA.
piece of
It's
paper:
19 rand taxi, bruh.
40% up as of today.
Maar kyk,
Kalfie.
Kak en betaal is die wet van Transvaal. I promise you, 40% from 13 Namibia dollars to 19.
is it
Yo.
already approved?
It should be. It must be because
Stamp and
It's
all
going
that.
through. They are questioning
But that's
this.
the problem, man. That's the problem. Like, okay, I don't want to think about us and like just have it lightly, but yo, ons het mense wat net 2000 rand pay wat in klein windhoek werk en al dan. En daar is al klaar die tekst.
Neville, I felt these fuel prices
That's
when we
bloody
drove up to
taxi,
Tsumeb. Yeah? In the past, I drove with a bakkie, and it would cost me. I've always got $1,000 in my head when I fill up my bakkie.
nee.
Right? So a couple of weeks ago, we had fuel price increases already. So when I filled up in Windhoek to go up to Tsumeb, it was 1,300.
Wat?
Yeah. And I tell you now, it's going to go up to 1,500, 1,600 just to fill up a dead normal standard bakkie.
Wat
Where's
gaan
this?
ons eet? Wat?
Wat gaan ons eet? Ons gaan niks eet nie because the commodities, as what Kukungelwa Amadila is saying, is going to lead to sharp shortages in terms of sugar, wheat, and flour. Sugar's prices has already gone up with 20%. And they are saying, yeah, this whole thing that in terms of the war in the Ukraine has got ripple effects on commodity prices because of the current geopolitical tensions and.
And you know the sunflower, wasn't it? The one that was 23 or something.
Right.
It's now 39 bucks.
Yes.
39.
39 bucks.
And South Africa does not even have enough sunflower or cooking oil for themselves. So they're going to stop the exports. We're running around like headless chickens looking for sunflower oil or
They
cooking
say,
oil.
I saw a report yesterday or the day before that says if we produce food, you can only do food production for a maximum of 3 months
Yes.
before you run out of complete food if you don't reproduce.
Yes.
That's
yes.
what they say. So if you don't reproduce, I mean, if we look at Russia, Ukraine, apparently we get our global supply. They are about 23 to 25% suppliers of wheat worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah. Even
Currently,
Ukraine, yeah.
there's nothing that's been. Everything is basically shot up. Nothing can be exported from either Russia or Ukraine. So wheat prices will definitely escalate through the roof now. So
You know what Russia did? Putin decided that all of his exports, like from gas to oil and everything, must be paid in rubles.
yeah,
And
saw
then
that.
he decided that it is equivalent to gold.
Say for me,
So-
ne? good point, Mitch.
This guy is so smart.
Good point, Mitch. ne? You know what? What America did 50, 60 years ago, when they started doing business with Saudi Arabia, when it comes to the production and the supply of oil, of fuel, America was smart enough to create what we call today the petrodollar.
Okay.
So the petrodollar, you can basically only trade in US dollars. And that is why they link the US dollar to petrol. Your Brent crude oil is at a price of how many dollars to a barrel, etc., etc. So the rhetoric or the understanding that we've had up until now, our grammar, our way of thinking,
Okay.
is that petrol equals dollar.
Right.
So now, what Putin is trying to do is saying, you know, this monopoly that you've had for the last 50, 60 years, kak story.
You are now going to pay this in rubles.
You're going to pay this in rubles.
Yeah.
Now, what if Russia basically succeed? Because, you know,
No, they did already.
if they have China on their side, okay, because I think they are trying everything at the moment to weaken the US dollar.
Okay.
This is probably one of the ways of doing it. So-
Right. But then that's pretty easy for all of us here in Africa. We just go and steal their currency like we've done in the past. Because Angola has been trading in US dollars for the last 30
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So we Namibians, we might as well then just adopt rubles.
Maar nee, toe
still cost them a
Gaddafi,
So
toe Gaddafi say, let's start our own currency. You unscrupulous elements, you killed Gaddafi. Make sure he's not a factor anymore.
So currently, $1 is equivalent to 0.012.
12, ne? Oh, okay.
US dollars.
do you,
Yeah.
do you
But
know what
they-
that means?
And it means it's down. It means
It's a bit
really
down.
down. It's
Because
like
they
really
used to
down.
be like 15, 16, 17.
So what? Because of the sanctions most right now. But listen, they will have to they will just have to commit, and I think Putin knows this.
For
He
$1
knows this.
dollars, you're going to get 14 Namibia dollars and 70 cents.
Exactly. I'm so
It
done
used to be
with
15.
I'm so done with America at the moment that, you know what, fuck.
But do you think
It's
America
only
will
because
allow
you are a
this?
Donald Trump fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think America will allow this though?
It's not for them to allow it.
No, but they have.
Of
they
course
have
they're going to
actually-
fight it.
Yeah,
No, they're going to fight it.
they've killed people with that idea.
Of course they're going to fight it. King Malumi says, Neville, as jy nie happy manpowder gebruik nie, hoekom raak jy kwaad? Ja, jy maak my papak. Ek dink Koffie gebruik ook daai nonsens. Dis hoekom hy so rooi is sommige oggende. Hey, Koffie, sê net as jy nie goed
It's for the
gebruik.
blood flow.
Ja, it's for the blood flow. Ja.
Exactly.
How they like?
Is jy op besigheid?
Okay.
En dit is hoekom ons whiteys,
Bly by jou kant.
ons kan rooi raak, maar ons sien dit nie by julle nie.
Ja nee.
Ons
raak net vaal.
ons raak ja, as jy siek is en so dan raak jy so bietjie.
Ons raak
Maar as whiteys we go red, then we go blue, then we go green.
118 sê Alwyn, Rovera says 40 for trust. Kalunga Kanje, Mitch Norman, it's ladies night, read well, said Joshua.
Ek sê ek
Abdullah.
het nagelees. Wat gaan aan met Joshua?
Ethel het jou 2 gegee.
FIL,
Malume says, haal toch die hoed af as jy lees. Kak met die ou toppie hoed wat jy aan het. Hey, jy moet die 8 nat respect.
Ek sê die man ek hulle sien my nie.
Why are you guys setting Mitch up like that? Vra Vanessa. Rovera says, go, watty. Mitch gaan spring van 'n pavement af asseblief. Dat kan net Rovera
Oh,
wees.
is
Mark Barnard, gee jou 'n 2. Penda, as I said, gave you a 5.
Yeah, Bopenda, nice healthy.
Teshon said, if Mitch was in grade 2, he would have scored 1. Nee man, Mitch, moenie verkeerd man so disappoint nie, sê Rivaldo
Hey,
Ronaldinho.
listen. I am the standard of Kidman.
Hey, Fusek. Jy sal nog al die 12 soek op swak maak nie. Dion Shimsizo say, guys, news. Okay, yeah, I read that one. Even the pronunciation of the prime minister's name. As hy maak, sê Wambo name is moeilik man.
Yeah.
Wambo
but-
name
I say-
is
I say, you know what?
Kan Wambo's, Maria, you, Mitch, give a deep Tamara name that she can pronounce.
I don't even believe she can do Afrikaans. Yeah, I can give her Afrikaans. I don't believe she can do it.
Ja, kyk, you know, if
Reini Ranster van Ransburg.
Matty,
Reini Ranster van Ransburg. Say that.
jy kan nog eens reg sê is van Rensburg.
Nee, van Ransburg.
Wat is van Rensburg? Ek het nog nooit van so van gehoor.
R-A-N-S.
Ek het nog nooit van 'n van Rensburg gehoor. nie.
Sien jy?
Hey, JL
You're
van
not
Ransburg.
educated in
Nee.
surnames.
Okay,
It's not
sorry.
your strong point.
Okay, nee.
Maar ek sê sal nie dat kan sê.
Ja, nee, kyk, I think our mother tongue shapes our accent. And I remember there are people when Nifikepunye Pohamba was president of this country. People made, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, they made fun of me.
fun of Fiki and what because they couldn't pronounce the guys. I mean, the former president's name, but your native, your mother tongue will shape your.
I think if
English.
I had that clip, I would have played you. Yesterday, there was like a engineering dude, but the dude is a Tamara dude. And he has this Korikas deep Tamara accent.
Tamara
Yeah.
accent.
So he was on, I think, One Africa and was explaining how he filters water and how he created the machine that filters water and that he sells. It's something he invented. And this guy could say exactly everything there, but it's just the Tamara accent in him. Say, so you know you must make all the calculations.
The calculation.
And let me be honest with you. The reporter didn't even understand the type of stuff he was saying concerning engineering. But in her eyes, you could see she was like, the accent.
I was doing an event last week in Usakos. It was the opening of a solar energy plant. And one of the guys, I think it's the CEO of Hopsol. It's a German guy.
Right.
He was doing his keynote address with a heavy German accent. So his English sounded up to a level that it sounds German. So I was making fun.
Was it something like this? The Namibia Transport and Taxi Union has demanded a 40% taxi fare increase as fuel prices increase come into effect as from 6 April 2022.
You said everything
you see?
just well, but just in your accent.
Yeah. Now you see,
Now are you stupid?
and there is now Africans for you. Africans will listen to that, and they would think, "Wow, it's such a beautiful way."
What a crock of crap.
You understand?
Shit, man.
He speaks, he speaks English with such a nice German accent. But if you speak English with a Damara accent,
Or Nama.
or Nama, or Vambu, then you are considered. They challenge, they question your intellect.
Waar is your grade 12 certificate?
Klaus Dirks,
Yeah.
the first minister of Works and Transport of Namibia. I used to make fun of Klaus Dirks, the late Klaus Dirks, because that's exactly how he sounded. Sie hoort van Okahanya, zijn from Usakos, unsere Kamanyab, unsere. Jy verstaan fuck all wat hy sê.
Let me just show the
But
guy.
we
everybody
loved him.
says, he's talking the truth.
Yeah.
Let me like, you know, most the girls are always about Shine's accent.
Yeah.
Shine's come here and say Keetman's whoop.
Kerels rap.
Or Procurator.
Kom en kom say Keetman's whoop. Shine's go.
While you try and convince, I'll read more comments. ek gee hom 318 sy skoensize nommer King Malume. King Malume, if there's one thing that I like about what you do, my brother, on your when you do your clips, your postings, he would explain something in Afrikaans, and then he will say the same word in Khoekhoekowap, in Tamaranama. So you immediately learn a new word. And Malume, you must never stop doing what you are doing. It is so cool that you do your routines in two vernaculars. People pick up on the language.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
So keep on doing that. Bring a bietjie Tamaranama in, soos wat jy die ding in Afrikaans verduidelik. So it's very, very nice. Roviera sê, Penda smokes what Mitch smokes. Waar is die 5 daar? Dion Sizzle, he didn't even try on that one. Wat? Joshua Dula, standard deviation Mitch rating. Okay, daar gee. Okay, Jurgen Keise met jou -3 out of 10 gegee. Laat Mitch maar die nuus lees vir ons professionals. Amelia McGorges vra vir die man hoe he must explain the 5 that he gave you. Kalfi and Shine's best news readers, Dion Sizzle. Grade 12 certificates are important, said Teshon. Kalfi is just German. They are very organized. Say Maria.
Yeah.
Kalfi kan nuus lees, maar as hy by Neville se stoel kom, lyk hy soos Bolly wat kaksel. Malume. Hey, Ganji. Sylvia says, Moi Penduka, English is not for the faint heart. Los julle vir Mitch uit lees is nie sy sterkpunt nie. There you go. Thanks, Vanessa. Mark Barnard, guys, not sure if this has been handled in discussion. I had a heated argument last night regarding taxi fare. Increase, I agree they should increase as per fuel pricing, but one issue, should fuel prices drop by 20%, then the fares should drop. That
is exactly it. The taxi fares should actually drop if the fuel price drops.
Daai wambos sal jy nie kry, hulle gaan die taxi fares drop.
Well, everybody is, all is well and fair.
Yeah.
No? Equal and fair.
Attention. Kom ek ouens hier so 'n paar comments, kom ek lees gou. With the rising taxi and fuel prices, City of Windhoek can capitalize on it with their buses. Dink die mense, hoe kan nie liewe Hiskia waar kan ek bier kry en swak? As jy nou weer 'n swak op, heer, jy het moet 'n Mavuto in elke pokkendorp. I swear. Joshua Abdullah, but we decide the commodity of the earth. I mean, who is that individual that just decide to fuel goes up and down? Die man se naam moet net in Katiti geskryf word. Net so. Teshon Coffee, where did Mitch get the 12 from? Och, hy stompie. Black don't crack. Kaufman been saying this franchise economy we have will be the death of me. Russia is king of wheat. Ukraine is number 6. Namibia got too comfortable with big sis South Africa always bailing us out. Now it's time for Namibia to stand on its own. Kali should have a turnaround plan for the green schemes and be more smart. Somebody made a comment the other day that we need to change the Ministry of Agriculture's name to the Ministry of Imports. That's easy, Mitch. It's just a tongue twister, but I'll fail with Tamara. No question, say Maria. Spotton Mutumba say Kaufi. Deep Tamara named Taribasen. Binkin Tswanu. The problem for us Vampu speaking people, it's there by the R's and L's. Ivan David. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Oef Maria, Salji Los. Make a voice note and send it to Neville real quick. Even my Kwambi relatives have that problem. Ja, so wat ons almal. Maria wys hom jy kan dit sê. Hy kan jou nie swak check nie. In layman's language, Mitch, you are referring to dissociate from the Commonwealth community. That will be the end of the Namibian dollar. It's brutal, but Shines bought that accent. Shines, you come up bought your accent from China. Jurgen Kesep says, take a moment to appreciate Kalfi's white shirt.
Yes.
A rare occurrence.
Everybody's been asking me what's up.
Yeah. Oh, now let me show you the difference. So yesterday I said, I only have 3 pairs of shoes. of socks.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
and
you
people
only
were
have-
surprised, like, and then Kofi was like, but Kofi has been wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, maar hulle sal nie verkoop
he's not like, what? I've been wearing the same shirt
Yeah.
every day, but I said I'm wearing the same socks, and he's like surprised.
Maar was jy daarom die sokkies?
Yeah. So no-
Kofi, a very important thing that we quickly need to discuss,
Right.
Mitch. So, I see we have a family meeting today with the president.
Right.
Now, before we discuss this going forward, can you quickly give us the COVID numbers?
Yes.
If you have them.
oh my God.
Oh, where are we? Why is the cell phone now stuck? Okay, so active cases, we've got 207.
Bietjie op.
Yes, because we've got newly confirmed cases 13, recoveries 1. So we've gone up back over the 200 mark with 0 deaths.
Yeah.
So are we all expecting the winter COVID flu to return?
Which brings us to our next question
Yes.
and updates that we do talk about. I don't know if it's confirmed in the media, maar mevrou het my gister gesê, het sê my man, weet jy dat Concordia, die skool Concordia is toe. The school Concordia is apparently closed because the COVID numbers at the school is extremely high. So, and we have a family meeting with the president today.
Yeah, but why would the Ministry of Health then tell us we've only got 207 active cases?
Nee, ek verstaan. And that's the thing. So, what does the president... Okay, and obviously we joked around just before the independence celebrations that the president basically just opened the COVID or the gathering numbers because we needed to go and celebrate Independence Day. And we did foresee or suspect that once the independence celebrations are finished, we're going to go back to different numbers.
But
Are you guys seeing something brewing here when it comes to now that we are moving into the winter months? And I'm telling you, this is the earliest that I ever got flu in a very long time. And my flu normally comes in June, July.
this will just
Are you guys suspecting something?
I am suspecting something, but what is it going to help if we go under lockdown or the president like reduces?
I'm
the
not going
numbers?
back there again.
That's what I'm saying. So we already have problems with the world itself now. The prices are rising, like the taxi, everything. So this is just gonna put people into depression, like really.
Can we afford for this country
we,
to go in another hard lockdown?
Afford? No.
Yes.
That answer is definitely no.
Yeah.
Look, the April-May months are dangerous in terms of us getting the flu
Yeah.
because it's the weather that's changing. So, give you an example. It's warm days, and then the nights are getting colder and all that. And then the next morning, you get up and you just put on your t-shirt because you're used to warm days, and then it's like an ice cold day and all that. So it's the temperature changes. So this is vitally important during this time. Make sure that you eat healthy, that you take your vitamins and you take your boosters and all that if you've got a shortage in your immune system of that, so that your immune system can get boosted so that you don't fall into trouble. Every year we had a winter virus.
Yeah.
And every year, over the past 50 years, we've always said the doctors cannot cure the common cold. There's, there's no cure for the common cold.
Why?
Because the viruses mutate.
It mutates.
So every year
As
we've
jy
got a
kan
different
kom, maar gaan
virus.
jy kan. Is it
So
right?
now, for example, we've got COVID, which is like a heavy virus. And then next year we might get a virus that is not that heavy and all that. But yeah, is COVID here to stay? That is the question.
Guys, thank you so much for clearing that up, Deshaun and Robust. So today is our State of the Nation address. It's not a COVID meeting.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw the banner last night and phew, Toe dink ek, ag Here, hier gaan ons alweer.
What's going to be really cool if it's a State of a Nation address? I just cannot wait to hear him talking about housing
And we're going to get to that issue also now.
and corruption.
Yeah.
And what
No,
else?
We're not going to have that.
And health. So housing, corruption, health, and SOE bailouts.
And the oil that was found in Elisenheim.
Those are the 4 things that I would. Was it found under Neville's basement?
Jrrr. Ek sê vir julle nee, as hulle moet olie gekry het nee, on my erf, I will never be friends with you guys again. Say,
Oligarch
fuck julle almal.
Basson.
Ek Koffie kan my in die dorp. Hallo Neville, wie geht's ja?
Jy gaan net check.
Check. Wie was jy? Can I? Who is that Basson? I don't know that German. You know these people, they come in our country.
Your tone will change, no?
My tone will change. I become an oligarch.
Yeah.
Oligarch.
Namibian oligarch. Ja.
And
ja.
now that we
Kom
have...
ek sê vir jou, as hulle daai olie kry, dan gaan daai olie kak.
Ja. Daai oligarch.
That's a nice unit. Devil, we will not be afraid as long as we have people like Michael Amushelelo fighting for this country.
I saw this video of this guy yesterday. I don't know if it looked like a factory.
Yeah, it's a cheetah cement factory.
Is it Cheetah Cement? There, no Chivarongo. That's what I thought.
Those are the Chinese, no? So, how would you feel if you're a German and you invest into Ohorongo cement and government is all excited of this foreign investment that is coming in, and then literally, and remember, Ohorongo cement is only for Namibian use, not for export. And then 5, 6 years, 7 years down the track, that same government that was so excited about your foreign income basically allows the Chinese down the road to open up their cement. How does that work?
Maar Koffie, kom ek vra jou so. Why are we so fixated with China?
Exactly.
No. I'm asking something different. Why do we accept German investment but we can't accept Chinese investment? Why? What's the...
Hold on a moment.
because-
Hold on a moment. We're talking about a country, 2.5 million people.
Of course.
We accept it,
Yeah.
and then you open up a competition. Come on, how would you feel? How would you feel if, let's say, I was the owner of a certain property, and you'd come to me and say, "Listen, I would like to open up a restaurant here."
Yeah.
Okay, I say, "Okay, all good." You go and open up the restaurant and what, and then literally 2 stores later, I'll go to Mitch and say, "Listen, you can open up a restaurant."
I believe in free trade first and foremost in Namibia. I believe in free trade. My issue is, and not that I agree with Amushe or whatever, because this guy is a political dinko poop or whatever it is. Yeah.
Is from the political
Yeah.
party.
My issue is, and what they showed out in the video yesterday,
Right.
is that you have Chinese sweepers wat met die besem,
Wilbur.
ja, die mense stoot kriwas daar en wat. They are honestly, and dit is wat ek sê, China vat gat, or our Namibian government vat gat.
Yes.
How do you allow China to employ
We had
Chinese
this conversation.
wheelbarrow pushers in Namibia?
We had this conversation yesterday, just on a total different level.
Yeah.
There are Angolan drought refugees that are now being employed in the northern parts of Namibia. Hello? Okay. Probably
Illegal.
illegal.
Yeah, that's illegal.
And they are probably pushing wheelbarrows too, but they work for cheaper labor rates.
Do you think
So
those
what's
Chinese-
wrong with that? Oh no, us Namibian laborers are not getting their jobs. But you are too expensive. And just like you rightly said, if you believe in free trade, then I can employ any cheaper laborer. Chinese, Angolan, Zimbabwean, whatever.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about it this way. Let's say if you say that's cheaper, there is a thing called cost to desk, which means how much this person costs the company.
Cost the
every
company.
month.
It will cost the
So
company.
let's see, bringing that Chinese national into the country. How much is
Right.
flight? You bring in 60 of them. They were talking about there are about more than 60 of them. So you bring in 60 of them. You're paying them probably less than a Namibian, which I don't believe would happen. So now you have to also house these people, right? Because I don't believe they you have to house them. You have to build some kind of place because they are not from the country. You have to house these people. Do you think these people cost less for that company than a
but Mitch-
Namibian which stays here?
But Mitch, we have seen some of these videos either here in Namibia or in South Africa where these Chinese are operating. Chinese have no problem in hoarding 5 guys sleeping in a little room. Even there, probably at Cheetah Cement at the factory.
Right.
They'll just sleep there.
Yeah, but it will still cost. Eventually, it will
Those
still
guys,
cost you more.
those guys, I don't know. I can't make the comparison because for me, it's not even it's not even a comparison for me in value because they would understand why they are paying or what they are paying their Chinese counterparts. My principal problem is that they bring these Chinese here while we are sitting probably with a 50% unemployment rate in Namibia.
Is that the?
That's my issue.
It's the cement factory in Chumep, or is it in
That's groot van Otjiwarongo.
Otjiwarongo?
As you exit
yeah.
Otjiwarongo on your left.
So are there no people that can do
These are-
those jobs? Like, because if we want people to invest in the country, we must bring the skilled people, so we can have Namibian understudies.
You do realize that these are human rights violations,
I hear you.
okay? Because everybody is allowed to live a dignified life.
Yes.
So now they go to, let's say, 3 Chinese people, and they say there's 1 bed. You may sleep in it for 8 hours. Then when you get out, you may sleep in that bed for 8 hours. And when you get out, you're allowed to sleep in that bed for 8 hours. And the rest of the time, you just work. If they were to say, no, we don't want that, they'll say, don't worry, we'll get some other people.
Yeah.
In China, the people are afraid to go on leave in China. Because by the time they come back from leave, their jobs have been taken by someone else. It's that is what it ends up in.
So
and we go and we say, oh no, they work harder, they accept a lower quality of life and all that. Crock of crap, man.
I would never believe.
Do you
that
think
they'll pay
I'm
them
going to allow
less.
somebody to sleep in my bed?
Yeah.
Nee man, hulle moet cheap.
Maar kyk,
Terug
that's
virus toe.
Kyk, at this moment, at this juncture, this is how I feel about if I see these sad Chinese videos of how these atrocities that they are committing, against Namibian workers, and it just pisses me off. And it doesn't look like our government is doing anything to basically safeguard the dignity of us as Namibians. It just looks to me like that. So, but yeah, Teshon says, guys, leave the Chinamen, you can't touch them. Daai ouens en Tatekuru dik braas, drink julle se molte. Okay, it's probably that. Cost to Desti, Shiri, seker daar by die groot winkels. Hey Jagan, los groot winkels se naam uit jou mond uit.
Broer, moenie eens begin.
Hy weet seker nie mense word gebomgaai hier by hierdie show nie. As nou Trini. Ja, waar was Trini? Was it here yesterday? Joshua Dula says, look at the shopping mall free market doesn't exist. Where you get a checkers, there will not be any pick and pay in that shopping mall. Where you see a Woerman block, you will not. Ooh, so jy's 'n regte wambo. Woerman blok. Huh? Woerman blokka. Mukurwanji. Woerman block, you will not see a spa next to it. Good point. Wynand Reed says, in most cases, the cheaper labor are more productive. Tangeni with the capital says, highly doubt Chinese labor is cheaper than Namibian labor. Asino Kambikiti
Yeah, me
says,
too.
I
Me
hear
too.
one brother in Namibia beat up a sister because he found a vibrator in her bag.
Ela.
Ek het so iets gelees. Liewe Hiskia sê, Agaba is groot hart. Die oil is kamma nie ons nie. Lyk die syne alleen. The Minister of Mines and Energy, Tate Tomal Wendu, basically contradicted the president last week when Tomal Wendu said the oil is ours. Okay, so we'll see where that little standoff end up. Tangeni with the capital say free market coffee, Checknet, Evelyn Street en single quarters 30 shebins langs mekaar. Nothing wrong with free and fair competition, say Jurgen Keisep. Joshua Dula says Untoni, not known as the last born of the founding president. Stephanus James said, do you also think Hage will tune a virtual movie like last time? That's a good question, because last year he did not go into parliament. His summer just did a virtual one. Maria, you remember that? And because we were speculating, die toppie is bang vir LPM, want hy nama is reg. Let's see what happened. Probably Agaba will inform us on the hydro plant, oil discovery in Namatin, and new restrictions on COVID. NEFF is doing the job the Ministry of Labour should be doing. Otoni is sleeping on the job. And we probably know why, Mutumba. Rivaldo says, the state of the nation has been disappointing for the last few years. I won't be surprised if we see violence today in Parliament. What was disappointing about the SONA the last few years? Please tell me. Because I think the SONA has been very interesting the last few years.
I'm older than your mother.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. I loved every part of what is happening in Parliament. Ek het die story nie. Politicians eet julle mekaar op. Hage is just going to spend the entire time debating with PDM and LPM without giving us any hope. He must just announce new measures to procure fuel, cooking oil, sugar, wheat to soften the punch on us all. Okay, kom ek lees nog 'n paar hier. Chinese skilled workers are welcome as long as we have an upskilling and eventual takeover Namibians. Under no circumstances should we import Chinese workers to come sweep sand. That's not practical when we have high unemployment rates, say Jurgen Keisep. Coffee is your shirt sponsored by Armand?
No, it's not. It's my own Calfee shirt. There you go.
Tell Mitch to remove his head. Los die man se achtnat.
Wat gaan nou met... Wat 'n man wil 'n ander man se kop sien?
Ja.
Like, seriously.
Kan maar net die koppietjie.
Hy wil net die koppietjie sien.
Mutumba says, Neville, the agreements are always 90% local and 10% Chinese, but the Labour Commission of Namibia is sleeping. Not just that, they must also be transferring of skills, which he don't do. Secondly, they put bogus vacancies in the newspaper, which they already filled with their people just to keep the Labour Commission and Employment Commission happy. Yeah. Amelia McGorges say they make more profit as a country because the money made is being sent back to China and not invested in Namibia. Building houses and all that would mean them investing in infrastructure for Namibia.
That's exactly right. That money goes straight out of our country.
Yeah.
You know, it's so heartbreaking if we have to continue always talking about things we can do nothing about.
Yeah, ne?
Like, I know nothing will happen, and it will keep on happening, and like they will keep on doing it. Whatever we do, they won't change it, because, you know, like Shozaka said, if you don't speak of from the position of power, the people in the position of power are also eating together, probably, you know. So as onze manne wat die changes can make, the guys with the pen that can sign down these things, if they are involved in it, there's no way you can change this, you know. But it's very saddening that this is happening in the country.
Mutumba says, but Obed Kanjode told Honorable Itula the fuel isn't ours. He told him to go Google how much rigs cost per day. Okay, it's high time Coffee puts the black signature shirt up for auction.
Ay, Tangeni.
Robust Blossom say it has been interesting years, but too much debating and a lot of comedy. My president begin praat ook damra eto.
Yeah, he said
yeah, you know, Robust, you can go check the British Parliament, where the debates also become up to a level where it looks childish, but it's politics. These guys, it's blow by blow. I remember years ago in the Australian Parliament, the opposition, while the Australian Prime Minister John Hart was speaking, what was it? Can't remember, is it John Hart or something? while he was speaking in the Australian Parliament. The whole opposition got up and just do this in his whole State of the Nation speech. Groot manne, groot mense in Parliament.
Ander mense paans
The
en
guy
mans.
couldn't. He couldn't.
Couldn't
he
speak.
finish.
He couldn't
finish
address.
his- He couldn't address. So the attitude that we see in our parliament is 9 out of 10 times what we picked up. I mean, in Uganda, bliksem die mense mekaar.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos in
Yeah.
Uganda. The
But
guys are jumping over tables. There's
In
one guy-
China
Aye.
as well.
China.
China, woo, hulle moer
Hulle
mekaar.
moer mekaar.
And in South Africa,
South Africa.
South
Julius
Africa.
Malema,
Don't you
by a
think we
court
need
case,
one
he-
in Namibia?
He celebrates his birthday.
Let's have one
Julius.
in Namibia.
What should we have in Namibia?
A parliamentary fight.
Weird.
I mean, Juan Jaranguru, hello. I know you on the stream. Because he would always be, I'm talking about the president's bodyguard.
Yeah.
He was the one who dragged Henny Seibep
Yeah.
Ah, Nama.
out of parliament.
Daai
So
daai
the-
ou het nie sy op sy oupa sê.
Moenie met die Nama sukkel nie.
So Juan, we still believe you grabbed the guy by the ear. Okay? Yeah. Jay
Wat
said,
is
JT
wat is die
man.
van? Wat is die van?
Juan Jaranguru.
Nee, dis hoekom ons president net een bodyguard het. Hy ken sy werk.
Ja. Nee, Juan vat die kak. Juan.
Sy het gekom. Hey, moenie my so vang man. Moenie my vaks. Tel hom. If you're trying to be a tough guy and another guy that's tougher than you comes, the way your eyes look.
Samuel Makale, we have a Chinese farm near Enana town producing all sorts of vegetables from tomatoes, cabbage, carrots, you name them.
Ja.
Moet ek nog iets verder sê?
Ja.
How did they get land from Mutumba? That side, did they bribe a village elderly or chief? My question is, Mutumba, before the Chinese got here, what did we do with the land? And that is why the Chinese have one up on us. All the time. Ons doen niks. The Chinese come. I've seen some of the green schemes or this greenery, what is this, nurseries.
Right.
Hier Rebordse kant. As jy so hier by Bahnhof, if you're just outside Rebord and you go to Bahnhof side,
Yes.
I've seen some nurseries there. 5-10 hectares of nurseries run by the Chinese.
Right.
En ek vra myself, what did we do with this land before the Chinese came here 15, 20 years ago? We got ourselves to blame to a certain extent.
Yep.
We are just not producers. We're consuming everything.
Ja.
Ons
Wat
kan nie 'n
produce ons
fucking
hierso?
tannenstokkie maak nie.
Net bier nie.
We produce beer.
Ja, wat?
The Germans produce beer.
We produce side chicks.
It's the Reinheitsgebot beer with
Sien jy
German precision.
Sien jy
That's
nie?
why we all love drinking it.
Mutsa. No, it's the Germans who produce it.
Come on.
It's not Namibians who produce
No,
it.
you don't say, yeah, the Germans produce Tombo.
So who produced Tombo?
Or Vambos. They did it. They're masters.
Namibians are producing
Tombo.
Tombo.
Ach, kak,
As
man.
much as Namibians are producing Reinheitsgebot.
Let's
gaan ons
say,
sê as heroes wat
let's say
Yes, they produce- yeah.
let's say this country would be producing sake.
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 Yeah, there was be Japanese one.
Yeah.
Then there must
Are
be.
we going to then say, oh no, it's the Namibians that are producing sake?
Yeah, we're gonna say
Man,
that.
it's the Chinese
No,
or the Japanese.
yeah.
No, but we have our
Oh,
own.
sake.
If we have our own sake, like our sake sangala.
There Mitch goes again.
Except man,
And I just wanted to listen very attentively.
no, what I mean is, look, Germans have their own type of beer, right? And if we start our own, then it's our own. It doesn't mean because you started doing, you have your beer, it's you produced it.
Right.
So we have our own beer.
But the Germans who are producing the beer here in Namibia are Namibians.
are Namibians.
Exactly. German
it's
speaking
Namibian.
Namibians.
It's
German
Namibian.
speaking, because you get Chinese speaking Namibians. You've
Vast
got
examples.
Listen, tribalism is alive and well here. Don't come here with this national brotherhood just yet. It's still going to take 300-400
Calvin
years.
Beslate, he's not going to be politically correct about this one.
No,
Can we really?
I'm with Toivo ya Toivo on this.
Okay,
There is no space for tribalism in this country.
No, I
But
agree.
yet we continue.
Yeah.
We don't. Okay, so
Poor Nama people are being taken by the ear and thrown out of government, out of parliament.
as they
That's tribalism
by Herero,
by Herreros.
Jelle, Neville, Jelle.
They shall say, Mitch, how does the president only one bodyguard? The mannetjies
He didn't even
nie
get
geraak.
it. Ne?
Huh?
Station didn't get what I meant with that. Ne? Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Tangeni with the capital. Tombo Brewmaster say you Calvin. Calvin Chosen Uisep says, are we not the lazy ones? Highball.
Yeah.
Ivan David say, wait, so $100 is only 5 liters worth of petrol. Unrelated any sugar mummies here. Ja, it's het julle fuel gegooi gisteraan anyway. Abisai Nengongo says, balance me real quick. How does the money leave the country? Straight to China when it is Namibian dollars. At some point, the Chinese need to exchange the dollars to their currency. Could it be that it is at this point that the GRN Bank of Namibia monitoring is lacking?
Good question.
Very good question, Abisai. Very good question. Sammy Makale says, it's very difficult for Namibian to get land in this country. Fact is that Chinese have access to land than us. Very true.
The thing is, anybody with money has access to land. Just have money.
Yeah. Just for interest's sake, Stina Wu came over as kindergarten teacher from China. Today, she is one of the biggest property developers in Namibia, Divundu, Rundu, Windhoek, and the North. Stina Wu is the lady who owns this big hotel close to Game.
Who?
Stina Wu. Hier, Calvin.
Had to do that.
Grrr. I fell right into your trap. Woo. Mutumba says, we produce white maize and pearl millet and never thought of producing other vegetables because of the agreements we sign with other SADC countries. We are getting fruits like mangoes from South Africa and Zimbabwe plus Zambia, while Katima has a healthy mango production. We are held back because of the close relationships with South Africa because we buy everything from that side. Zelly says, it is being copied and reproduced. Origin stays origin. If produced, sake origin is not Namibian, still Japanese. Yeah, Marigold Hotel,
We
Tangeni.
have our sake.
Yeah, Marigold Hotel. That's the name of the hotel.
But Neville, ne, can, if you have money, right? If you have money, do you kind of lose your morals like if you have a lot of money?
They say a man's true colors come out when he makes money. A woman's true colors come out when she loses money.
When he loses money or what?
No, when there's no money anymore.
Oh.
Then the true colors of a woman comes out. When a man gets all the money that he needs, then his true colors come out.
Oh, my God.
So it
That's
depends. It depends from, and we're obviously stereotyping here.
Yes, we are generalizing.
Yeah, we're generalizing here. We're just generalizing.
I think also women's true colors come out when they drive car.
Bring it, Coffee, bring it.
I told my son the other day, my son is only 16. And he sits with his sister in the car. So every time we are driving behind someone that my son thinks is a shitty driver. His conversation always ends up by saying, Daddy, except for you, as a vrou die. As a vrou wat daar ry. And then I keep on telling him, I said, Shia, you need to stop with this male chauvinism nonsense. You have
But how many times is he
you
right?
have a sister in the car. Okay? Yeah, I'm just telling you. Okay? Because you are boxing your sister who sits next to you in believing that she is weaker than you.
Exactly. And this will not happen on my shift.
Nie hier in hierdie kar nie. You're going to stop. And he can't help himself. His impulses are so bad, Kofi. Every time there's a traffic violation, Daddy, it's a woman. I'm telling you. Daar ry ons verby. Sien, Daddy, sien. Sien, Daddy. Daar sê ek vir hom nou subtly, don't do that. Your sister is in the car.
You see, at a younger age, we are already telling and convincing the men that were supposed to be true and stand for value to lie. Neville is doing this right now to his son, to lie and to give a blind eye to situations. So as a politician, right, as I'll say, as a Chinese, it's not our oil.
It's not our oil. Yeah, but it's we joke around about stuff like that. But I want my daughter to be as strong as any human being out there in whatever it is that she's doing. So I prefer not to use any rhetorics around her that diminishes her ability in her head. So ek sien dis 'n vrou wat daar ry.
I get you. I get you.
Maar
For me,
yeah.
my daughter, I don't want her to try and to be as strong as a man at the level of a man or what, like people put it. You can do whatever men do. I think my daughter should know from the start that she is much more greater than what a man can do. She can do much more. She
Yeah.
must do her own type of stuff. I don't
Yeah.
want to make the man the benchmark. So if a man is driving there, I would be like, yo, jy moet soos daai man ry. Jy sal ook soos 'n man eendag. No, I will never do that. Be like, yeah, you drive the way you, and the more effort you put into your driving, that's what is going to be the result. Not your gender.
We were driving this morning and Mevrouw was sitting next to me, and there's this girl who walks to work every day on the Western Bypass.
Right.
Beautiful young lady. She walks, must it's her overalls on, and I don't know where she's working, but she walks on the Western Bypass with her bag. You can see she's on the way to work. And Mevrouw says, kan hierdie vrou nie vir haar 'n man kry nie? Then this man can, look after her, pick her up, and take her to work every day. Doesn't she have a boyfriend or a husband or something? And again, she said that in front of my daughter. I said to her, you don't ring fence my daughter's head here. That she needs to have a man in her life if she wants to become prosperous.
Yes.
Because what you are saying is that girl, as she walks here,
It's her fault.
it's her fault.
That-
She
yeah.
needs a man
Yes.
to progress her in life.
Yeah.
Right.
And I say, nee, maar ek sê maar net, to say, if she wants to walk, let her walk.
Mevrou
She
is,
does not
mevrou
need
is
a man.
reg, Neville.
Ek het geweet jy sou so sê. Ek het
But
geweet.
why do we do that? Why do we want to teach our daughters that they don't need a man? Why do we do that?
Why do we raise daughters?
Why do we raise our daughters and in a way that say, jy nodig hier man, jy moet vir jouself staan en wat? Why do we do that?
No. All I'm just saying is I'm raising my daughter to be self-sufficient. That's what
Yeah.
I would like to do. I don't even use the analogy that you don't need a man. Of course, I know she will have to get married one day, hopefully to a man that's better than me. Okay? And if she can find a man that's better than me, I'll be so proud.
Yeah, and my daughter should find a man that's taller than me.
You said it. We didn't say it.
Ek sê maar net.
Mutumba said, devil, you're raising a princess that can slay her own dragon, not the helpless one that needs a prince to slay the dragon.
Yo, have you read the? Sorry, Nat. Before while you're there, Jada Pinkett Smith said she's not the type of woman that needs protection. She and Will talked about it, and they all.
Oh, is that the latest now?
And they both agreed that he overreacted and demanded gesê hy sal vir hom incheck in a rehabilitation center.
Here.
I told you. Ek het jou gesê Will sal apologize by sy vrou.
Askies. Dis hoekom Tangeni with the capital said, fear mevrou Neville. High time to upgrade the Mavutu. At this stage, with the petrol price being this high, I can't afford the Mavutu.
We can't even take a taxi to the Mavutu.
Yeah.
Ek soek ja Mavutu.
Not at 19 Namibia
Dis
dollars.
hoekom sommige mense nie op streams is meer.
Wie is hulle? Wie is hulle? Hier. Okay, never mind. Rovera says he pinking. Seeker joke can too much. Asino Kambikiti. Maybe the money she gets goes to the boyfriend's wallet. Yeah, I hope not. Ek het julle gesê stompie soek 'n man. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Ethel ek sal jou man vat. Sal jou man vat.
Tayshawn said Chinese guys get paid money in their account and given pennies in hand Namibia to use, meaning when they go back China with their money in their account. Dante Lover says, I just burned my pub. Your show is interesting.
As waar.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dante. Thank you. DC Amarur said, Namibia wants to borrow money again. How are they going to pay back all those loans? Aha. Hannes Kaufman said, the rearview mirror is not for checking your hair. Eyeliner or blusher.
Kauwie. Hy begin met hy goed.
Lieve Yiskia said, you told him good. Tell him most accidents are caused by men. Okay, we did not need your opinion
Asseblief.
about how much accidents are caused by who.
As liewe is hier.
Shut up. Yeah. Nie so nie. Okay.
Met so 'n naam.
Zelis. Met so 'n naam.
Ja.
Zeli says, loans do not get paid back. We trade a piece on the country to cover loans.
I never thought of that.
Ja.
Huh? They keep us indebted so that they ultimately can get the land.
Exactly. That's what's happened in Zambia with the airport. Zambia couldn't pay back the airport.
So thinking about this Chinese loans and stuff are like these furniture companies that they give us and then they repossess stuff of us. Hulle kom vat mos ons die Palju.
Palju. But do we have Chinese furniture stores?
No, it's like they have the same business structure, like
the model, the business model.
The business model is the same.
Mutumba says, Mitch, they don't need a man to hold them down. They need a man to have kids with and not to play cash loan. Jada is net gemors. Sy is sekere damra van Karibum. Hey Jurgen, gaan jy?
Jurgen, hou op met sy.
Discovery belongs to the discoverers, so that we are still waiting for let's attack Namib Desert before another country comes and sweep it for us, says Don J. Mwandi. Alfredo Gaines say, raise your sons and daughters to be self-sufficient. It's good for your daughter to find a good guy that can take care of someday. But what happens if that relationship flops and she has no means or skills to survive on her own? That's why it's important for women to have their own skills and money too. It's absolutely true that a man's true colors are revealed when he starts making money, and a woman's true colors when her man has nothing. It's awesome that you correct your son, Neville, when he insists that it's a woman's driving, because stats over the past 2 decades will show that most that's why insurance for them is always higher. Mitch, I loved your comment that you want to raise your daughter, knowing that a man should not be the benchmark of success for anything she wants to achieve. My man soek net vrouens. Oh, okay, werk het so, Ethel. As jy nie genoeg nie, vra liewe Hiskia. Ek sê liewe sal jy los. Ek sal nie gesê word oor my naam van 'n ou wat so 'n naam het nie.
Maar hoe noem jy jou kan Hiskia?
It's probably the guy's.
Just like that.
It's probably his Facebook name.
Like, the
Liewe
doctor-
Hiskia is Liewe Hiskia your real name, Muka?
It's his name.
Ah, wat sê?
That's why.
Liva. Dis nie lieve.
Liva.
It's liva. It's not lieve.
It's Liva Hiskia.
Liva.
Nee, ek sien hy word gespel Liva. But I have a slight suspicion that this could be his stage name.
Liva Hiskia.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
You know, that's the thing that Damara say when they're like really shocked about something.
Liva
Like they say, Liva Hiskia.
Hiskia. It's a N2. Fuck. Guys, tell me as we closing off the show today.
Who's the Mugo of the week? Mitch. No, not Mitch.
No,
Ah,
I'll take Mugu of the week.
Ons sal kyk. Dis nog it's early days.
early days. Guys, how do you? I think probably maybe in the last 6-7 minutes we can quickly discuss this. How do you deal with change in your life? Change, inevitable change.
Calvin, miskien eers.
Okay.
Do you like change? Do you
Right.
welcome change?
Okay,
Do
so-
you see change as
Okay. At the very mature age of 53, I might say,
yeah,
I've learned something in life, and that is that change is inevitable. The only guarantee in life is that there will be change.
ne,
Things never stay the same.
ne?
And that is part of life.
It's part of life.
It's part of life. And it's how you embrace that change, you personally, how your attitude towards that change.
Yeah.
That is what counts. And that is very important. So it's important to stay motivated during change.
Yeah.
Die boere sê altyd, jou planne moet nie opraak nie.
Jou planne
Moet nie opraak nie. Your ideas mustn't stop.
Yeah.
You must continue with your ideas.
Yeah.
And if you've got an idea, work towards it. And if you achieve it or not, you'll learn out of the process.
Ne?
But can you imagine you've got an idea and you achieve it? Then the recognition and the reward will come automatically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
change is a good thing.
Yeah. For me, I agree with you that change is inevitable. Changes will always come in your life.
Yes.
I've experienced some changes in my life the last 2.5 years since COVID that I did not foresee.
Yes.
In 2020, my response to that change was a disaster. I could not cope with the change. But I shook myself off. I dusted
Dust
myself
yourself
off in 2021. And I sort of internalized the change. So I think for me, it's not whether change is there. It's my response. How do I respond to change? For me, that is what is important.
Yes.
Mitch?
Soos hulle sê, 'n boer maak 'n plan. Maar 'n nama is gebore met 'n plan.
Amma sê toch.
That's it.
Oh, come on, come
That's
on.
it. That's very motivational because then I know your plans sal nie opraak nie.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think one of my superpowers is overthinking stuff. Like I overthink stuff. Whenever I wake up and I drive, I always think about, I don't think about me probably bumping a car. I think about me bumping a car, this car bumping and somebody else dying. I think about the whole process. So whenever something happens, I've probably already thought about 4 scenarios
Yeah.
that could be damaging already. And my head starts thinking about a solution already.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of my superpowers. I don't know if it's good to always overthink stuff.
Yeah.
Like even if I feel a little bit of a situation, I start overthinking and I start already doing things that probably can get me off this situation. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing. But it has helped me.
Overthinking for me is overthinking always gets me in the rut. I just go with a downside if I
You like in that circle thing that you can't get out of.
I can't get out of it if I overthink things too much. Overthinking, if it's like kom ek sê byvoorbeeld, let me say I have a disagreement with, let's say, Quentin. And Quentin berates me and say, hey, jy kak gemaak. Fix this thing. Okay? Now, if I'm oversensitive and overthinking it, what I've done, then I don't. And Quentin has always been a leader, a business leader who assists you in whatever it is that you are doing wrong. Obviously, the beration will be there. But if we are done with berating, dan gaan ons aan. Now, me being an overthinker, sometimes you think he holds grudges.
Right.
So now you overthinking it constantly. Ek moet nie weer hierdie kak aanvang nie. Ek moet nie weer hierdie kak aanvang nie. And then you do the same mistake again instead of moving on.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? So overthinking for me does not work for me. I just mess up even more.
I think on my part it has worked for me well so far, because I would lay down like 4 or 7 scenarios on how best I can fix this. It brings me ideas on how I can fix it. I'm not more of that. So I become more careful, and it's something that my brain would be like, you are never doing this again. You don't allow this again in your life.
Yeah.
So whenever something moves according to that path again, my brain will just recognize it, and I'll be like, okay. Yeah.
Welcome back, Trini.
Oh,
Sê
Trini,
liewe
but
Iska.
I miss Trini.
Mitch, what's your strengths? Vra Robos Bloem. Presies, en sommige mense skuld vir my Maria van 1990 af al. What changed? Iemand gooi shades hier so na iemand toe. Ek sê maar net, superpowers T, super Mitch the overthinker. Ek sal Trini's contribution will be the last one for today. The Chinese issue is well documented to those who read and understand foreign policy and what is they seek in context of geopolitics. It's not confined to one country, but most see it for what it is. Trust your own politicians' rhetoric because of your own ignorance to matter that define you and your country and region. Yeah.
Trust your own politicians. Those are 4 words that I really got to think about. Trust your own politicians.
Guys, we've come to the end of our show.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to do the weather.
Stephanus Jameson en yes. Is
Hy.
weer. Okay, Kofi, kan ons gou die weer kry?
Okay, the weather in Namibia, the interior, cool at first in the interior. Yes, we experienced it this morning. Otherwise, partly cloudy and warm to hot in the Karas region and the northeast, with a few thunder showers over the town of Katima Mulilo. Elsewhere, sunny and warm to hot. The coast, partly cloudy and mild, with morning fog patches. The wind moderate southwesterly, but fresh southeasterly in the south at times. Maximum temperatures for today in Windhoek 27, Walvis Bay 24, with Swakopmund 21. Then Katima Mulilo 29, Omuthia 33, Ondangwa 35, Oshakati 33. On Chivarongo today 30, Riobot 28. And then we are going to Marintal 34 with Keetmanshoop at 27. Gobabis and Beiterbos today, Beiterbos 30 and Gobabis also 30. Your weather for today.
I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Guys, thank you so much that you've joined us today. It's been a pleasure to speak to you guys again today.
Yes.
And for the rest of the day, have a blessed day, all of you.
Thank
Have a
you.
blessed day.
And it's good that you have your white shirt on today, Kofi.
Prank, Teddy Goody.
So yeah, I'm gonna take it very slow. Hopefully, I will.
Ja, nee,
Are
jy
you going
moet
back to
uitrus.
bed?
Nee, ek moet terug aan bed toe
Ja,
because
jy moet rus, Neville.
want
Do you
even
need a mavutu for the bed?
As ek kan
dis nie 'n
organise.
kak idee nie. Dis 'n
Ja.
idee. Dis baie 'n idee.
Oeh, mevrou is by haar werk.
Ja.
Word hierdie nonsens gepraat. Ek is die part van jy het gesien.
Ja.
Die 250s.
Is die 250s?
Ek is die forward slash daar. 50-50.
Yeah, I think for me, the fact that you know what, speaking now for an hour and a half now again non-stop,
Yes.
I can feel it irritated my throat now again.
Right.
So I need to give my throat a rest and give myself a rest. And yeah, guys, love you all.
Sharp, sharp.
Stay blessed.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Sharp, sharp.
Yebo.
Sweet gang. GBE. Chessa. House Prince. House Prince. Bana,